try it again.
It's
Yeah! Thank you. Feeling the love. Feeling the love. Thank you so much.
And I love you.
Don't
How
do
you
that
love
sign.
me? I love you.
There we go. Yeah. No, that's the wrong sign. That's the wrong sign. Okay. Showing the older guy new things.
so you guys like coffee?
So you think so because coffee? Well, okay, wait. I wanna go over that.
I'm not a coffee addict. I'll prove it to you this week. Rest of it, I won't drink coffee in the morning. I'll be fine, happy. I'll probably be better than what I usually am.
Yeah, I think
I'm not like a needer of it. I'm not that like. Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee.
Yeah, it's just a nice thing to have,
It
and
is.
it's conversational too. I think that's what coffee was for me as well. This is not coffee. This is water, agua,
I thought it's gin.
warm gin. Can you see the steam? Can you see it? Put it
You
in
know
the
what
cup.
mixes well with coffee is whiskey.
Hey, you stopped drinking.
Mark taught me that. No, he taught me tea and whiskey. Tea and whiskey. Yeah.
And honey and lemon.
You know,
All in
You
one.
sound like an angel.
It's so
I should have it before I sing. Perhaps
Yes.
I'll try it if I ever start drinking
it's so
alcohol again.
healthy.
If I go back into the hard stuff, I had alcohol.
You said
okay,
the other day.
Yeah, my birthday. Goodness.
Did you do it again?
No. My birthday. That was tequila. That was goodness sake. No. I won't. I won't.
Yeah. But you'd had fun, obviously.
I did. I had
It's
a lot of
afterwards
fun.
again.
Yeah, no, because hangovers on medication is not a thing. Not a thing at all. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone out there. Like, don't try this at home. Thank you very much. I'll be here all week.
I imagine, I don't know, like, I imagine if someone doesn't know you and we talk about this, then they'll be like, talking about drinking. But what was it? South Africa, as I understand it, we're South African. I can vouch for what I know in our country.
As a South African.
But there's like, I guess most people I know drink, and most
Ditto.
people I know drink a lot.
Ditto.
And most people I know who drink a lot
Probably
don't think
smoke.
so. No, well,
Oh,
I mean,
yes,
that
true.
it's not, you're not drinking a lot. That's just like normal.
Yes.
And then
It is
the people that you know that drink a lot,
a lot.
there's only maybe 10% of the people who drink a lot that maybe think they drink a lot. Like the ones who drink a lot are also like, we all go, he drinks quite a lot, but he does that quite well.
But then
And
I
it's-
also think there's those people who drink a lot, but who don't drink that much, like the person that drinks too much, that are like, maybe I have a problem. But it's like, I'm probably not going to stop.
Yeah.
Like the people that drink every
Someone who
weekend.
tells you they have, someone who
My
drinks-
mama didn't raise no quitter.
Well, we got tons of sayings like that to be
Yeah.
like, whatever. Like you're saying, someone who drinks every weekend. What's
Yeah.
wrong with that?
Because you're not drinking
There's
during the week.
absolutely nothing wrong with that. You can get completely hammer smashed face.
Sloshed.
Friday, bam. Why even sleep? Saturday, bam. Get rid of the hangover. Sunday, mild.
Yeah, you chill.
And then Monday-
Maybe you have some wine, maybe a cider or two. But Monday you go back to work.
Yeah, and you only start drinking like at 12 again. That's why the Boeing was invented. So you can start drinking at 12. I mean, yeah,
But I think that's a massive thing, because I was thinking about drinking and smoking and why we do it. Because I think as a teenager, if you think about back in the day, drinking and smoking was such a bad thing. Like, because you always thought like, no, it's a bad thing, you mustn't do it.
You're gonna
And
die.
Then you think, oh, but I really want to do it because they told me I shouldn't do it. So
Because John Wayne was smoking in the cigarettes.
you're like, oh,
Irma
God.
Thurman in Pulp Fiction was smoking. I so wanted to look like her.
John Travolta that also sings and it's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But I want to do it.
Yeah, I want some
It's so
blood in my
cool.
face, smoking a cigarette,
It's so cool. 'Cause
having
you like-
Samuel L. be my friend.
I was trying to learn that monologue. I thought
For the
maybe.
yeah,
Maybe.
no, it worked well. The one you did.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, that thing that you spoke about, like, it is weird because I don't remember not liking myself, but the older you get, you eventually go, oh, you're kind of like abusing yourself.
You
like,
are.
You're smoking all the time.
And it's very bad.
I'd say in a weird way, sometimes you go like smoking seems to have less redeeming features than alcohol. You can still kind of go, listen, let's say now like you don't want to drink every day, and maybe you don't want to drink every weekend, but you want to drink on special occasions or, you know, whatever.
Just
like,
to let loose.
Yeah, just to let loose is the one. You know, like sometimes it's still okay to you know some prime athletes that don't actually drink but will have a bit once in a while. Smoking, on the other hand, you kind of like, yeah, no. When I smoked all the time, I'd be like, yeah, there's a bunch of reasons I want to. Once you stop, you're kind of like, geez, they were all bullshit. They really are. Every single one of them, total bullshit. You even learn that they don't relax you. You think they relax you, but they don't. It's all just it's a completely like an addict's mind. And
Chemicals in the brain.
then you do start wondering, did I start like hating myself at some point?
Yeah.
Like, where did this, is that the case? And to be honest, I haven't fully explored that kind of thought. What did occur to me, in which thematically was exactly what you were talking about this morning, I was like, oh, that's what I've been thinking about, is the whole, somewhere, I think it says that if you don't love your wife, you don't love yourself. And that's like, I've never actually heard it in that context before.
Yeah.
And it's like in the Bible. So you're kind of going, what? Interesting. If I don't love my wife, I don't love myself. And that didn't quite trigger it, but because I've been thinking about it anyway, is the whole, did I love myself when I was smoking and drinking? And then when I think I've been loving people, have I been loving them? Because if I don't love,
Don't love yourself.
Yeah, I think we're kind of aware with that thought or a suggestion. I don't know if we agree on it, but if you don't love yourself, how can you love other people?
Yes. Is it honest love? Is it truthful love? That's coming
Is it
out of
real?
you. Yeah, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
we could, a sentiment doesn't mean love. You know, I can use my dad as an example. He teased me my whole life forever and ever and ever the first time I listened to Nirvana. And he's like, I think he saw the slogan somewhere. Not that it says it in any of the music, I think, if I can remember any lyrics. But he saw that I hate myself for want to die, which was like a slogan attached to Kurt Cobain, which he fucking killed himself. So,
Yeah.
damn it. But basically, you're going, maybe I adopted some sort of feeling as a teenager that I wasn't aware of.
That
Because
happens.
a lot of self-loathing.
That
I don't know.
happens. That
What do you
does
think?
happen.
Does that
It happens,
make sense?
especially
No?
because also my sister's a very wise person. Although she's only a year and a half older than I am, she's very wise in a lot of the things she says. And when we were very young, she told me that, dude, a lot of the music you listen to is so depressing and you're going to be depressed. And like, given I don't show emotion a lot on my face, now I do, because I've learned that people look at your face and how you express, and you need to show them how you feel. So I've learned to adopt expressions.
I can only think of inappropriate things to say, but anyway, keep
But
going.
when I was younger, I couldn't express my feelings on my face. And I always looked depressed. And they thought it was because of the music that I was listening to. But having hindsight, listening to the music that I listened to, because I mean, I wasn't listening to depressed music. I was listening to rock. Not a lot of rock is depressing. It's just the way that it sounds.
Was it Nickelback?
People don't understand.
That shit will kill you.
No. Stop.
We were listening
putting
to
stuff
like
in
happy shit. Like
Yes.
we played you Cannibal Corpse the other day. That was like
happy shit. No, I was
Yeah.
listening to nice music, like music that made me feel things, like made me feel nice things.
Nine Inch
that
Nails.
no, goodness, that I understood, because I didn't like the music that they liked.
maybe we were listening to bad music. Gee whiskers.
But the music you do listen to affects you because it's spiritual. Music affects you in
totally
in what do you call it?
your soul.
Yeah, it does affect you in your soul, but it's the
So do teenagers who listen to pop also get depressed in their teenage?
yes. Have you listened to pop music?
Yeah, they do because it's so
Yo.
shallow.
It is. But that listen to what you're saying. You're making a joke out of it, but it is so true.
Mm-hmm.
How shallow has the youth become?
I came in like a. Don't want to finish that. We might get like cut off.
Dude.
I came in like a.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of the music that we listen to affects how we feel and how we see the world and how we see ourselves. It's a whole psychological thing because the chemicals in our mind is affected by the frequency that's around us. And music is that's the word I was looking for, is a big part of the frequency that affects our magnetic field that we put
Totally,
off.
I believe
You
that.
know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got some other stuff that I don't want to interrupt that train of thought. That's also got, like
Yeah.
Western music,
Opera music.
Asian. I don't know exactly how it's split up across the world, but they're like core musics with core frequencies. It's like
Yeah.
where you're kind of like, oh, that's interesting.
Yes, when you listen to something of a different frequency, you can feel the change in the atmosphere. And if you put it on loud, you can feel the shift
Yeah.
in the atmosphere.
Yeah, well, it's like there's that dirty bassist jokes that all
basis.
all girls like the G note. Is it the G note on the bass guitar?
Isn't that a string?
The G string.
Or is it a spot? I don't
It's
know.
a G
Oh
spot.
my God, you guys
They're
stop
like,
it.
That's,
Stop.
well, because it's
Stop.
all about the vibration.
I thought it didn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Well, fuck, I don't know.
I have to look at
That's
Howard
like
Stern.
what's-
We gotta
Two.
make a notch.
Like, dude, there was that.
Gonna get a
did you-
whiteboard up
Was
here.
this? Please tell me you saw this. Did you know the movie Hot Shots?
Hot shots.
You don't know
with?
Hot Shots?
with
Charlie
who?
Sheen. Charlie Sheen's Hot Shots. Yeah, you don't know Hot Shots. It's like a
Maybe.
spoof on Top Gun in a way, and like all things military. Yes. You haven't seen Hot Shots. Holy cow, you're so like, that's, I forgot about this because we haven't done this in a while, but where I realize what you don't know until I've seen, and I'm like, you're so lucky. There's so many cool things you still have to experience. Like
Yeah.
Hot Shots. Hot Shots, they do a, I think the first time they officially spoof Rambo in Hot Shots, he pops up like all muscled and looking like Rambo. This is Charlie Sheen now. And he just starts shooting. And he's just killing people. And there's just like a kill count. Like, and it's like, and then I think it references now it's killed more people than this movie.
Oh my
this
word.
movie. And now it's officially killed, more than anything.
Oh my word.
Yeah, so that little swear counter. I'm on 2.
Yeah.
Anyway, you were.
Swear count.
Yeah.
You should get a little whiteboard. Do it old school whiteboard and a Cokie.
Yeah, don't really want to. Anyway, there was the G the G vibration. There was the different music.
Are you trying to find the train again?
It's himself. Yeah, it's gone. It's over.
I know. It's
Yeah, but music that
influence.
loving what? Hating, loving yourself, being able to love other people. Yeah, so
Hating
maybe the music
yourself.
did do it to us, eh? I don't know.
It does affect you.
I don't want to sound negative because I still kind of like.
No,
some
but that's the
music.
thing. I think if you allow it to, that's also a thing. Because when you're younger, you don't know what you're allowing to affect yourself.
That's also true. And I think even when you're older, you
yeah,
don't really
but
know.
I think you when you're more inclined to, you have a better discernment of things.
Yes, you try, you hope. The
Yeah.
older you get, you're more like,
I know.
I've touched that plate a couple of times. Stop
I'm not
touching it.
gonna touch it anymore.
Like you don't have to at all listen to Two Live Crew anymore. You heard it once, never have to hear it again. You don't know Two Live Crew.
I don't.
That shit's nasty. It's like basically, is shit a dirty word?
I say cucks. I'm like,
Two Live Crew is like porn music. It's so hectic. It's like you've heard it once and you're like,
What about Straight Outta Compton, Crazy Mother Ice Cube?
that's clean compared to
Really?
I'd say that's part of. You say that and you go like, oh, I don't know. Where do you stop? When is music like?
no, but also
Not
that's the
too
thing
much.
because I listen to Bone Thugs and I listen to Tupac. I really dig that because also the kind of music they make is poetic to me. Because they also like, never mind the ecstasy and the weed songs, but the other kind of stuff they do is very deep. Change the world. Like, come on. That's like one of the coolest songs ever to me. I still think about it like randomly now walking out the office and I'm like, crazy hustlers, thieves and prostitutes, young humpy looking for you. And I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Copyright
Such a
strike,
good
copyright
song.
strike.
Damn it. I'm going to do that a
You're
lot.
singing too
like,
well.
oh
You
my
gotta sing
God.
badly.
Oh no, I'm not going to even say that. God damn. I'm sorry. We're going to go into another song there now. Goodness. I need to stop.
I think, well, yeah, you see, that's why I don't agree, but I agree. It's kind of weird. It's almost starts going in like, do you self-censor that you don't listen to something? You know, what's too much? Something, I guess, could seem less dangerous, if you want to call it like that, to yourself. You know, if I think of, I can only think of like the classic, what at an earlier-ish stage of my life, I thought like, yeah, I like heavy music, for instance.
Yeah.
But some things I was like, yeah, I don't really want to listen to that. Don't want to hear that. Somehow, we're like bringing up Cannibal Corpse again. That was funny for some reason. And maybe it's kind of like you see those comments where someone says he really has a way with words. Maybe it remains funny because you didn't really hear what they said.
Yeah.
So you don't hear like, holy shit, those lyrics are insane. You're more
Very
like,
violent.
yeah, it was called Hammer Smashed Face and I'll come back and I'll break my axe. And it's all like, wow. And it's funny because it's so fast and energetic and you're into music. So you're thinking, well, that
Pineapple.
technically is quite interesting. And then there was stuff like Slayer. And Slayer was like, early. So I'd go, I don't mind listening to a Cannibal Corpse song. But then I go like, Slayer, there's a couple of songs that are just too overtly like, I can hear the blasphemy clearly. And I'm kind of like, yeah, too old for this shit. Like, really? Like, it doesn't get me going as excited.
Yeah.
It doesn't like do anything for me. If anything, it makes me feel shit. That I can agree. Then I go something like Nirvana. I listened the crap out of that so much that it's like maybe I listened to it too much in my life. And if I think back now in my youth of it and I think about the lyrics, I still don't know what they mean. You know,
Yeah.
it's always been, I know all the words of almost everything, still don't really know what it means. It's all
Yeah.
just a feeling. It's an energy. That was so much like there's nothing that has this energy. It feels good. I didn't think I'm depressed or anything. Soundgarden, on the other hand, you kind of go, maybe that kind of gets depressing over time. And funny enough, all these guys killed themselves, you know? Nirvana, frontman, Soundgarden, frontman. Who's the other one, Mark?
I don't know if they did it on purpose, but like, what's it? Alice in Chains, wasn't it?
Is it? Stone Temple Pilots? Like our generation of guys.
Yeah.
Geez, there's a lot of them who
From
did not make
Blind
it.
Melon.
Really, as well.
Yeah.
They only had they had such a nice song.
Yeah.
Guess he didn't get, what is he? He was hoping for rain.
They had such a nice
He didn't
song.
get the rain. Yeah, I know. They weren't that big. I think, no, they were huge. That song was huge, but
The One Hit
you
Wonder
don't,
vibes.
you really, I don't know the other songs.
Oh, damn.
Is it-
So
good
it's
album.
like, huh?
It was a good album.
Good
Yeah.
album. Oh.
But
No, but that's also the thing, because for me,
in a way, those were songs to escape the shitty feelings. I
Yeah.
sometimes felt.
But I think also, like for me personally, that's what music does. Music is like, it's an escape. It's an escape to a place in my mind where I can go and just listen to someone else's words that's sort of narrating a part of my life. And it's a person that barely knows me, a stranger in another part of the world somewhere, that's speaking something that seems so true to me at that point in time. And I think that's why we connect to music so much. That's why I would like to create music, because I feel like if I can write lyrics that can mean something to someone the way other people's songs mean to me, just one person, it would be like, damn, that's awesome.
What if you realized that you've just made about 1 million people sad and depressed?
It still makes them feel something. It's understanding, because
No, but how would you feel? What if you maybe unequivocally realized your music has just made about 1 million people depressed and has changed their trajectory of their life forever?
Damn, I would probably stop making music. I was like, I'll stick to movies, man. Stick to movies. What if my movies make people sad too?
It's like, shit. Just go and sit in the corner.
I should just stop doing things. I'm just gonna draw sheep. What if my drawings make people sad too?
Okay, I'm sorry.
Stop. Oh gosh, all these voices need to calm down. Now you're one of
It
them.
must be cool to know if you make people happy. I mean, there's that thing about Robin Williams, who also killed himself.
That's so
Weird, man. So everyone agrees, well, a lot of people agree that he kind of made people happy.
Yeah.
And
he made me happy.
I mean,
I really want.
it's not like I followed him, but you're aware of him your
Yeah.
whole life in a sense. And and I think it's safe to say he was famous for making people quite happy and giving them a chuckle.
Yeah.
And yeah, although I mean, I guess his story, there's a documentary about it where it's like he's in pain and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I don't
mean-
think it's pain. How do you mean?
like mentally, there was
Mental.
something going
No, I think
on.
he actually had a physical, like he started
Yeah,
getting
that's what I
some
mean.
kind of dementia,
Yeah.
beginning bits, like a
Which
Parkinson's
made him
type
more
thing.
depressed. But
Well,
I mean,
he didn't want to be a burden on his family, I think.
yeah, and also like I didn't follow his life, but you did get the kind of bits and pieces between that. It's not like he was himself permanently happy just because he made people happy, you know.
But that's comedians.
I don't
isn't
want
it?
to sound, yeah, then it's like, it's not, you know, the story you hear is that like they tend to abuse substances.
Yeah.
And you kind of, which is odd, because then now we're back to, well, if you're abusing yourself, are you actually loving people? If we're on the idea that, can you love people if you don't love yourself?
Genuinely. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's also I think that's a different side of the coin. Also, the coin is not just two-sided. I feel like it's like a cubic coin. That I feel like for a long time, that was kind of my vibe, because I was in a lot of pain for a very long time, and I didn't want people to feel bad for me and feel like they needed to be a certain way around me. So I took substances to be okay, to help them be fine. Did you hear it over the headphones?
That was my substance.
I heard it in here. But I wanted people to be happy. I wanted people to be happy around me, because for a long time people were happy around me, and that's the kind of feeling that I want people to have around me. And I think a lot of people also want that. You want love in your life.
I was
And
going
you
to
wanna-
say, you assume that. I mean, I also wanted that. You don't know if everyone always wants that. I mean, we all know that one or two like really grumpy peeps in our lives. You think, do they want people to be happy around them? But anyway, yeah.
You're like a dark cloud. Stop.
You know that person that's always like, yeah, fuck that shit. Sorry, number 3. I didn't have to do it. I was going to say, darn this stuff. What do you say? I need to find new words.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Expand your
Shoot.
vocabulary. Shoot this. Shoot
Shoot.
this stuff.
Gosh darn it.
But I don't know what other people are like, but for me that's the kind of vibe that I put out. Most of the people that are in my life are the same.
You just made me think something.
Go for it.
Isn't it kind of like, it's this whole thing we know where there's an age gap between us.
Yeah.
And now and again it's obvious, now and again it isn't. And what I can, we've had this kind of chat here and there where we're aware of that there are different phases of life.
Yeah.
And the older you get, the more you are, they're not ideas. Because I was told from a young age, there are different phases in life. And you're like, yeah, I understand. But you don't understand until you really pass through them. And like the I'm so fit I can run around and do cartwheels phase is over. It's like, it's not a myth. It's like it's over. It's like I can try and I can kind of do it, but it's not even fun anymore. It's like, yeah, I don't want to do it. That phase is over. That's an obvious phase. There's teenage youth phase. Those are very real. And you almost kind of think, there definitely, I guess, is a phase in your life that some people don't get out of, or they're like mentally, clinically or something ill, so they don't get it out for different reasons. But there's a phase where we all go through emotionally not being happy and having to learn to deal with what does that mean. And I'm imagining it's so different for everybody, what that means, where it comes from. Is it, I think you could talk for really long about what that could mean to different people. But essentially, what you're hoping is eventually, if you're healthy, and that's debatable what that means, is that you, I guess, don't let the sadness that can happen in life dominate your life. It's a part of life. It's part of the stuff.
True
Just
that.
like your joy does not dominate your life as in every single day. Like there's a time and a place for everything. We had our time conversation a while back where there's I think what I was not good at, definitely, and I'm terrified of having to get it right, because it is going to happen in my life, is the people I love that have passed away. A lot of them were actually quite a while ago. Mostly almost in that late teenage, early 20s phase. And I don't think I mourned and understood mourning and thought about mourning and appreciated and sat in it. I tried to avoid it. I tried to just rock on, keep going, do stuff, want to be happy around people. I want to be happy. Yeah, and I don't know if that's healthy. And then I realized the older you get, you realize, I was trying to let the positive feelings of life dominate my life only. And not realizing that, like, maybe you do need to, like, sit in that sometimes, because it needs,
But how do you sit in it in a very dark room?
You just stand there.
You
just
for a while.
stand
You
there.
just wait.
Don't play synthesizers.
No, but that's something I actually learned from a cartoon, and I absolutely love watching cartoons and learning such massive life
We need
lessons.
school. We just need cartoons.
We just need cartoons.
I love
But-
learning about cartoons.
But learning such massive life lessons, and watching it, because I would love to have someone watching cartoons with me, but like people in my life are like, but I was watching.
I'm not going to watch you watch cartoons. It might be as weird as you're listening to you tell your dream stories.
Anyway, moving past
You're going to have to fight for those. I just reminded you. Oh, shit, here comes a dream story.
No, not yet. But in the cartoon, this, I think I mentioned it another time ago, but she says to the main character, you have to feel everything. You have to feel it, be in it, and then move on. And I think that sat with me.
We're designed to love each other. We just don't necessarily.
Damn right.
I'm not going to get into the debate about that. I like that sentiment. I feel that way. And you kind of go, but people do need to talk. And obviously we have a space where there's that balance, that fine line between also, that's what's like not getting stuck in any of those phases. If you are down and you are sharing, I think it's, and I don't know why not everyone can always get out of it, because some people can't. And there's a very good reason possibly, which I'm not the all-eye-seeing person who can see and divine what that is and fix it. But we know that there's also an overwhelming majority, because we've also, I think, been through that there does come a time when you hurt where you also have to kind of like, it's kind of like grow up or stand up. And yes, it happened.
Buck up, little soldier.
But yeah, and it makes the time that made the most sense to me was when a good friend of mine's dad died, and he was depressed from a divorce. He's got 2 kids. He's got a new person who then eventually became his wife. But his dad died, and he was depressed, and he was like down. And you were kind of like, we're chatting, and you're discussing with each other like how you feel, and you've got compassion for how he's feeling, and you're like, you don't know, I don't know how to tell someone like,
how am I supposed to be?
You're not meant to get over it.
Yeah.
But you also can't sit there and drink yourself into a hole, be depressed, negative, start hating on the things and the conditions that's created the situation where he died. And you're kind of going, you remember your dad had a dad. And your dad had you, and your dad's dad died. And what's the memory of your dad? What did your dad do for you in your life? And he's like, his dad was always amazing, always made him feel happy. Like he was an amazing motivational force in his life. And I was like, yeah. So your dad's dad died and felt like you did. You've got kids. What do you share onto them? Are you going to share all your bitterness, sadness, resentment towards other people of why that situation happened? Or do you pass on something positive to them, and that like, yeah, because it can also consume you the older you get, like, like I'm going to die. Everyone's going to die. It's so depressing.
Yeah.
You don't let someone who's just born think like that, just like it was never done to us. You're kind of like, the world is out there, enjoy it, go and experience it, go and live.
True.
So you got that, you don't, there's also this kind of, you can't get stuck there. You got it, like, shit hurts. People die. Everyone you love is gonna die, but smile, be
Such
happy.
is life.
Yeah, So, yeah. What do we?
But that is the point, because I was also like wrestling with those thoughts for a long time, like, because also when you're young and you're like tripping on a whole bunch of
Invincible.
stuff, you go through those like existential moments of like, what is life? What am I? What am I doing here? on
You're
this planet?
tripping on growing because you're like, I'm growing. I am invincible. I'm recreating
all of these
myself
things,
all the time.
Like your cells are like
Then you
regenerating.
get to my age and you're like, I'm no longer invincible.
It's not happening anymore. But it's like tripping on acid or mushrooms or whatever, and then you go through these different thoughts of like, oh my word, and then you have those thoughts of like, wait, like I'm gonna die, like everyone around me is gonna die. And then what happens? What happens if I'm the only one that's left in my family? Because I've got a whole lot of siblings.
That's a lot of people, T. That's a massacre.
Like, I've got a big ass family.
You got a whole lot of sadness coming your way.
And I was thinking about that the other day. Hold that thought. I was thinking about that the other day because I've got a really big family and no one's died recently. Like, we've just had weddings and there's been like 5 babies that have been born.
So the irony of that life, right?
Yeah. Of like
now you get the bigger family you have, the more love there is, the more things you kind of have this life where there's more.
Death.
Yeah. How whack is that, eh?
That's
like,
messed up.
The more there is, the more you lose.
But also,
it's not just, it's interesting. I find that like, wow, man.
But I think that's okay because also we've experienced a lot of death. There's been a lot of death in our family because big ass family.
There's been a lot of death. There's been a lot of death. There's been a lot of death. There's been a lot of death.
There's been a lot of young death as well. Like a while back, I lost one of my cousins, and he was probably in his 30s, and it was insane. Like, I remember going back home and hearing all the stories of how it happened because it was intense. I'm gonna make a movie about it. But that's what I was thinking because I was still in varsity and I was hearing all the stories about what had happened because it was like some gangster story and they were hitmen and I think I told you about it. But it was intense, the story that had unfolded and how he got shot and then he was rushed to the hospital and then he died when he got to the hospital. Then there was people at the funeral then there was going to be a shootout at the funeral and all those things. And when my cousin, his brother showed up with the 4 bodyguards, and it was just like.
And you're itty bitty.
No, I came from varsity. I was like 9.
Itty bitty. Yeah.
Shut up. I was like 19 or something, but it was insane.
She's still itty bitty.
Itty bitty. We should put that in the itty bitty.
Itty bitty.
But like hearing from my cousins who were like best friends with him, like seeing them cry, and then that was like the beginning of the year. Then going home December for holidays and seeing everybody again, laughing and being festive.
Life's weird like that.
It is, but I think it's because we are such a big family and love is all around that we still spoke about him. We spoke about the times. Yes, I remember that time and
I think that sometimes in scenarios like that, it might even be healthier than a smaller family and something like that happens.
And then you don't.
There's
talk
more
about
chance of there being there's more chance of someone in a bigger family having someone who helps the group who's more high spirited getting through it, as opposed to in ours everyone just got depressed because no one got us out of the, and then no one and then you didn't talk and there's less talking about it, and because
you don't
people are weird. We
it.
often think there are rules to how we should we, and it's like no, just do. And
I try my best to be the unawkwardizer when something like that happens.
The
I think you should
unawkwardizer.
coin that.
Yeah, the
unawkwardizer.
Awkwardizer.
It's mine. TM.
This isn't awkward.
But legit, because
it's so comfortable.
I don't like awkward situations, and I'm such a bubbly person, as you can see.
No, you're bubbly. Jeez, it's not nice when you're not bubbly. I won't lie. When you got that headache vibe, it's like, firstly, it's depressing.
Emotional damage.
That's it. It's like, oh man,
when it got really bad.
because you also can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
That's the weird thing. That's another
But isn't
weird
it the
one.
same if someone's sad or depressed?
That you can't do much about it.
Yeah, you always think you can,
I
but
feel
you
like-
can't change someone's feeling.
I don't know. Yeah, you probably
you
can't, but you can.
You
More
can.
so than if it's a physical thing, I suppose. Yeah.
If it's a physical thing, it's difficult.
I don't-
difficult,
yeah. I
very
mean-
But then,
difficult.
see, that's the thing. We're talking about depression like it's one thing. I think it's different for different people, and some people have it actually as a physical thing. Some people,
Yeah, but also
some
depression.
people don't get depressed.
Yeah.
Like
Depression.
some people just go through bad things and they don't get depressed, and other people just get depressed for no reason at all.
Well, I've definitely have
can't
gone
stop it
through
there.
a 10-year stint where I don't think I was, at least. Like, I thought, like, oh, yeah. Then I've had, like,
Fresh.
I definitely had, like, super low vibe at some point. And definitely there were people, like the friends at the time and the experiences we had kind of got me through it. And I think, and then when you're older, there's been these moments, like, everything's perfect in a way. You know it.
Everything is
But
awesome.
something
See, now
isn't
someone who's
right.
depressed
There's
is like,
something on the way.
oh,
And it's like,
everything's perfect. It's like, this isn't gonna last.
yeah,
Ah.
yeah, it's perfect. Oh, shit.
Too
Oh man, this movie's gonna end. But
I've been feeling like that lately. I'm like, the ball's gonna drop, isn't it?
I just think that's those people who actually have viewers, those ones we see on TV a lot. I think maybe they just want us to feel like that shit's happening. It's like, yeah. I had a nice. You had a, what was it? Hurt people hurt each other.
but hurt people hurt themselves even more.
That reminds me of System of a Down. Except they go, if it hurt people hurt each other, then themselves. And themselves. No. That's actually, they say something else. Smart people outsmart each other.
Oh.
Then themselves. Anyway, yeah.
But truth, they do. Because I there's a song, I'm not going to sing it, but there's a song
We've been doing it the whole time.
That goes.
Yeah, just like that. But there's a song, and I never understood the lyrics until like this year. And it's an old song, and it was on, I don't think, but it's like a colored anthem, and it's hurt people
Wait,
hurt
can we
people.
get-
It's hurt people, and I don't know why. But that's literally all the lyrics.
Who sings that?
It's the guy from Empire. It's the guy from the series Empire with Taraji P.
Yeah. I don't watch it, but I know it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the guy
Jussie
who's
Smollett?
yeah.
Is that it?
That what is his name?
Jesse Smollett.
Jussie.
Jesse Smollett.
Jussie?
And the song's called Hurt People.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hurt people
You can find the lyrics by the
themselves.
chorus. The chorus is hurt people, hurt people. I don't know why something.
Okay.
But I never understood hurt people because people just sing it.
Are they happy singing?
Yeah,
Hurt people
because it's such a nice song. Bum, 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 bum. I'll play for you after. It's a really
Isn't
good
it
song.
ironic?
Yes, it's very ironic.
Give me everything. Give me everything you've got.
And I was just like, oh, this is such because it's like a jazz. And I was like, oh yeah, such a happy song. And I never understood the lyrics until this year. When did it come out?
When you were 12?
No, like a couple of years back. When did Empire come? 2019, 2018, maybe 20.
Is it that young?
Yeah, it's a couple of years ago. It was
Sorry, it went to the script. Also has that song called "Hurt People." Apparently.
Oh, but it was a while ago, and only this year I found out. Okay, hurt people, because I saw a meme where someone's like, "Come on, Jerry, hurt people," and I was like, hurt people.
2018.
Well,
Sorry, 2018.
2018.
I mean,
And then
what's the extreme of that? On every serial killer story you watch, it's like, that serial killer was treated really badly in
and
life.
then Olga told me
therefore-
the thing about R. Kelly, and I was like, oh shit, he was molested as a child. And I was like, you see, hurt people. But then I got to thinking, because I had this thing with this woman once, and she like cut herself.
Yes. I've
And
experienced that. Yeah.
yeah, and I was very puzzled at the fact why she did that. And then we had a conversation because I found out, and I was like, help me. I'm not going to tell you to stop just yet. I want to understand, because I don't want to tell you what to do or anything. I just want to know.
Because no one wants someone to do that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Especially if you're into someone and you want to start a relationship
doesn't
with
even
someone.
matter if you're into them, T. It's not
No,
about
but-
what you want.
I know, but I was like, listen, I care about you and I want to know why you do this. I want to understand you on a level. So let me understand. And then she was basically, in a nutshell, she didn't like herself. And from all the pain that she felt from the stuff that happened with her family, she got it in her head somehow that was a release for her. Like she went
it's
to-
weird. how
Yeah.
that happens
Eventually,
like that.
she we didn't end up together, but she went to therapy and she got sorted out basically.
Okay,
but
that's cool.
From that, also in hindsight, looking back at that, hurt people hurt themselves because she was hurt back in the day when she was younger, and then decided something happened in her head somewhere that made her think this is okay for me, because she didn't want to hurt other people, because she was really good for me. Like she was so good to me, like always trying to help other people, but she couldn't be good to herself. And I was like, damn, that's like, someone who's always trying to help other people better themselves even, but isn't looking
I
after
found that
themselves.
sometimes like an escapism where you are doing that precisely because you don't like yourself. And it's a kind of disconnect you can have with yourself. And then I think it's different from you're trying to do good deeds to get good. It's more like you just want to do that to get away from yourself. Because I can kind of see that. I don't think it's everybody's cup of tea, but I think that shit exists. I think if I think about my own life, there's definitely been a time where you kind of want to just, I once, when I started in the film industry, part of the thought was, I just want to work as hard as I can so that I can't think.
Yeah.
Like, I try to work myself to the point of like, you're a PA. People love to abuse a PA. I jumped in.
Don't they just?
I jumped in. I was like, you can't abuse me enough to like, I'll carry everything for as long as I can, everywhere, all the time. And it was a form of us trying to escape, like feeling. I'm not going to go into my whole life history, but like I was trying to escape certain feelings that it was unsatisfactory the way I perceived what was going on in my life. But it wasn't always personal, but I'm trying to get to that where you can do stuff that is not a reflection of how you feel inside. I mean, yeah, which is weird. I had this friend who committed suicide, and
it's the love of my life at the point. My best friend in high school. I came to give her homework because she didn't come to school that day, and her maid told me that she was in the bathroom. So I waited in a room, and she was taking very long. So I decided, and I could feel something was wrong. And then I went to the bathroom and I just stood there for a while. And then, like, I knocked on the door very loudly because I knew something was wrong. And then I heard the water, like...
She was running a bath.
No, she was in the bath. And when she came out of the bathroom, her face was like...
She had a toasty in her hand.
No, her face...
So we're going to break some of this hectic
My
tension.
word, I
here.
was like...
Wait, tell us what was happening.
She was trying...
She was listening to the Spice Girls.
She was drowning herself.
Holy shit balls. Okay. Wow, that sucks.
Because her lips were purple. Because she's... Oh my God.
So did you break in and then see that happening?
I stopped her from drowning herself. Because she unlocked the door. Because...
Oh, wow. Jeez.
Yeah, her face was all pink and she came out and she just like brushed it off. And I was like, what the hell were you doing? Because I knew because I had felt something had been wrong like that whole week and she was avoiding everyone.
How old were you more or less then?
I was probably 12, 13.
Holy shit. Okay. I thought you were saying like young.
Yeah.
Damn.
She was a year older than
I get the vibe that like young people, that's the thing though. Like young people, and this was
young people.
this gets taken up the wrong way. But you know, it's almost like I'm older, and if I say young people, then I'm speaking about like young people, and who am I? It's like we're exactly the people who can talk about young people because
Yes,
we were
we
young
were
people, and I spent more time than that younger person complaining about being young. It's like young people are stupid. We are stupid.
Dumb.
And not stupid as in I'm insulting you stupid. We don't know shit.
Yes.
Things are new.
We haven't been there.
Yeah, there's a whole world of stuff happening. When you say that, I was like, yeah, there's fear, there's insecurities, there's group complexes, there's, you know, being left out, there's this, there's that. There's so many things that happen to you before you're 18. And then 18 is when you're released into the world, unleashed.
All of a sudden.
Or you can just leave your house now. And there's another good 5 or 6 years where it's also pretty volatile, actually.
And you're still pretty stupid.
You're dumb as a bag of bricks. It's
I still feel pretty dumb.
Yeah,
and I'm 29.
Yeah, well, I mean, we basically just know how to more or less not quite get ourselves into a super bad situation very quickly.
Most of the time.
Yeah, which is not that easy anyway. But
you know to follow the painted line on the road.
Yeah, kind of. And then you drink anyway or do something stupid anyway. It's like, you know, and you go, oh goodness. And one thing we don't do, I think, is... Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm about to almost go into like a topic that's like a whole topic on its own. Where it's that whole
next episode.
Yeah, where we don't respect or see or acknowledge how we allow everything into our lives.
Ooh,
because that's you know, our phone, our computers, Netflix, Showmax, YouTube, Google, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Everything is allowed in. Like everything is allowed in, and we all go like, oh, it's total bullshit that any of this stuff can affect you badly. Like it's only like, what, are you crazy or are you weak-minded or what? And the one thing I can say is yes, you are weak-minded. When you're young, when you're inundated with everybody, you're weak-minded. You don't know what, even if I'm not agreeing to anything, if I hear the same stuff for a month, A month later, I'm part that, even if I don't agree with it. So there's this whole, like I said, that's a whole nother topic.
That's why we need parents
And
and guardians.
Yeah, and like
to
kids, man,
guide.
you don't realize how you think you know it, and then you get a kid, and you look at the kid, and then you're like, oh my crap, it's even more, it's worse than I thought. It's like they are so influenced by everything. Everything is insane to them.
This is a whole other topic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Babies having babies.
No, what?
No.
What?
No, I mean like.
What?
I mean. Is that peaking? Is that peaking?
I'm tasting. It's like, what?
Yeah, but I mean
it's
like.
the new fad, don't you know? Don't you know that you are closed-minded? You know who's best suited to have a baby? It's
baby.
obvious. A baby. Babies looking after babies. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes total sense.
Makes sense,
They got
man.
their whole lives ahead of them to look after them. And they only have beautiful innocent thoughts in their minds. They can only teach each other beautiful things. What a beautiful world we'll live in.
Oh my word, goo goo gaga.
Oh my goodness.
Goo goo gaga.
What a nightmare.
Oh my word. But I mean that's for that conversation. Because that's what I always think about, that like young children, young kids, like teenagers accidentally having kids.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's
it's
obviously
It happens.
to a degree natural, but it's not.
shouldn't
Yeah,
be.
no.
It should not be. But
We anyway live in such a weirdly overprotective. We totally want to protect people, but we don't want to protect them.
we want to protect them
like-
from the stupid stuff
I
that
wanna
they do.
Yeah, we saw this cool guy once. I haven't told this story in a million years, but there was about 15 years ago a Maasai warrior that walked. Maasai warrior.
Masai.
Maasai warrior. The guys that their initiation when they turn 18 or 16 is you can't become a Maasai warrior unless you've taken a knife or a spear and hunted down a lion and fucking killed it.
What people are
and you wear the
Maasai?
lion.
Kenyan.
Kenyan?
Oh,
Yeah.
Like legit, this is a legit thing. And
nice.
so about 15, 20 years ago, there was a guy that walked from Kenya, walked to Cape Town.
Damn.
And it was like an
Southern
activist.
Kenya, northern Tanzania.
Maasai.
And he walked to Cape Town as an act of activism to alert the world. He was like, it's a movie. It's like by his tribe, he was sent to alert the world of the land invasions that were happening. And basically the corporate world was taking their stuff and no one's listening. So the dude walked
Damn.
all the way to here. And here I am, like this, I'm about 23, Long Street, buzzing, nothing like it's now. It's the Long Street that everyone heard about before lockdowns. It's like buzzing, people, music, bands used to play on street corners kind of thing. It's like, it's
Damn.
buzzing, it's great vibe. And here's this like straight out of a fucking comic book. Like it's, what?
That's another one. Yeah.
It's this dude who's like 6'5" in a robe, nothing else.
Loincloth.
Not loincloth, but like a roby thing.
Yeah.
You can see his bare muscles, arms. You can see his leg calves, wearing sandals, and I don't know if he had a spear,
Spear.
but it was like it's there. And
Shield.
he stands out like, not like a sore thumb. It's like, it's the only thing you can see. You see this dude, and then you see his body, and his body is from another planet. It's like he's an alien because he has never grown up watching TV or a series or just sitting there.
He
just
hunts.
walked from somewhere. Yeah, he's killed a
Walked
lion.
from Kenya.
He's killed a lion with his bare hands. That's why he is what he is. And this dude walks here,
Damn.
and you're kind of like, this guy is a real. It's on another level. Your soul sees it and goes, "This is another type of human being. This is like, what if that is completely disconnected? Like, what have I become? Like, I'm not that." And if we were all once that, we have not evolved upwards. That's like we've devolved to what
Yeah.
that, and that's like, and he's painted as primitive. If you see it in real life, you're like, what a majestic human. Like,
Yeah.
and he's just a normal person in his community, you know?
Yeah.
What an amazing thing. And what that lit up for me now saying this is just that we're protected in a weird way, but everything must come in. It makes no sense. And when we've got these disciplinary tools to help protect you or raise you, we want to remove those things. But everything must be let in. And it's kind of like weirdly dysfunctional kind of system we got set up.
I was
right
thinking
now.
about the same thing the other night, chatting to my sister, and we were thinking about like we're the kind of people, if God forbid the world were to go into a hectic global lockdown again, shut down, grid collapsed, no power, no what, who would be the people that would survive? Because now there's no internet, there's no telephone towers, there's nothing that you can survive, and now we have to go back into caveman days. We need to hunt for our food, we need to survive off of the land. Then who survives? It's like, it's those people. It's that 6-foot dude who knows how to live off the land, who knows how to hunt a lion. And it's like, you think about the people who are intelligent in those kinds of ways, of where you can build something out of nothing. You can make solid structures. You can make a fire. You can make mechanical
you'd have
things.
to find water.
Yeah, firstly. And but think about those kinds of things, because I'm like, yeah, these things could happen in our time. Because like, geez, where the world is headed, it's like, I don't even know. Like we are in such a hectic time where our technology is like onwards and upwards, but it's also like, guys, we're doing amazing. You're doing great, sweetie, but we're not just killing the planet at the same time.
Yeah, and let everything be done. I think the other part of that was community. You'd have to have people like being compassionately caring for each other.
Because then everybody's like cutthroat and like, no, it's mine. And then everybody's killing each other, and it's like.
Well, we've been kind of primed with that with the Mad Max, and all the movies are. When things go bad, we go batshit crazy. There's like, where the movies that are, when things go bad, we build a better world.
Yes, come together.
Like, how about a novel idea? Like, everything fell apart and we did something better with because we left the foundation of like that crap, and we like decided to do it better because apparently we're enlightened or something. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. There's this other thing that I was liking. I was gonna say it's been a reoccurring kind of idea. Is I guess we're talking about like getting up in this. I want to say now and this time. It's always been relevant. Like, you grow up, you get up every day, you got a mission. What are you doing? And I think it's what's been appealing to me lately. It was just kind of like this thought where. It still doesn't feel like everyone's kind of like back to their, and what does back mean? But it's kind of like there's this like everyone. It's like on reserve. Are we living? And I kind of like this thing that I'm liking is like, wake up. Your life needs you. It's like, well, if you're married, it's like your wife needs you. Wake up. But like your life, like hello, I like saying like life's too short to date ugly chicks. It's like, hello. Start dating. You're like not doing anything. What are we waiting for? Are you waiting for like the next thing to go wrong?
Mine would be life's too short to date short women. I'm short. Imagine that dynamic, me dating a chick that's like the same height as me. It's just like two little people walking there. I need someone taller.
Is it?
Who would reach the top of the cupboard?
What if they're shorter?
No, I was looking at like Tammy, and I was like, Olga was like, oh my word, is she shorter than you? And I was like, yes, Mikey.
Like, can you pass me the cup? There you go. Who's going to get the cup?
No.
Do you mind tying my shoelace? It's right here.
Life's too short to date short woman.
But
yeah, I get you.
And it's not corny. It's like
it's not.
It's actually out of frustration. It's
sweet.
like hello, like
your life needs you.
Yeah, it does.
I think that's actually DM that, because that's that is actually.
I'm busy TMing it right now.
That is like, I'm gonna steal that. I'm like, that is genius. Actually, that could be on billboards all around the world. Like wake up, because it's a poet. That's poetry.
Yeah.
Wake up, sheeple.
Your life needs you.
Your life needs you.
Who cares
That's
if
like-
AI can do it better? You want to do it. It's your life.
Anything you
Go
can
and-
do, you can do better.
To quote one of my favorite motivational lines from Nirvana, go for that crazy sign restaurant. Go, 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 go. It's like, if you're the
Nirvana.
cuckest at doing something, but it's what you like, do it. Like, who cares if AI can do it better?
True.
It can go and program itself to keep itself busy with itself. Like,
Because
leave us alone.
just wait until there's no more power because of load shedding.
Yeah.
What is AI gonna do then? Run on batteries? Ooh.
Oh, what do you think I'm going to do, Marty? I'm just going to lie here. I'm going to be on like
The
one.
Messiah thing. This is interesting. So I don't know if this is what
same guy?
what it is. No.
Oh.
Maasai warrior on a cell phone in the middle of Kenya has better mobile comm than President Reagan did 25 years ago.
Wow.
Ooh, doesn't that make?
I wonder what happened to that guy.
I remember that though.
Did you
That
see
was-
him?
It was a long time ago. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I just remember you telling me about him or if I saw him. We probably saw him.
Dude, it's like like a
Jeez.
vision. It was amazing. It made me really have that kind of soul mirror
And it
kind of
wasn't
experience
some
where you just
crazy
like,
Capetonian dressed up. You could
Yeah.
see he's like they actually. Well, they usually. I think there's like looking on researching. There are different types of whatnot, but I mean the
the guy in the
poster
red.
card
Yeah.
Maasai warrior is tall, lanky. They do that jumping.
Yeah, they can hop
that's
real
like
high.
they-
Oh, like
See,
samurai
it's not. It's like on another level. There's this sculpture that I've never seen, and I've just seen a photograph. There's a sculpture of Moses in Italy somewhere, and when you see it, part of the strikingness of it is like seeing his features. Like you see like a part of his leg and his shoulder, and it's like he looks stronger than The Rock or Rambo or Arnold Schwarzenegger, but none of the muscles are bulbous. But you just sense like, holy moly, like if a human being was just twice as big, but like had worked its whole life, you know, like every day since you can remember, you've done labor. So it's just strong. It's incredible the strength the human body kind of gives off as a perception,
Yeah.
if that is the case. And this dude gave that. You were just like, wow, like you couldn't look like that if you started right now and gymmed every single day, because that's like from birth. That's like, I grew up.
I came out of the womb.
Yeah, I was running after little animals, catching them and doing shit, climbing trees, running faster than something because I had to. Because
I
there's
was
a
gonna
day my
die.
dad was going to go,
Go
here's
run.
a little knife.
Go
See
kill,
Simba over there?
kill him.
kill Simba.
Kill Simba.
Kill Simba.
Oh my gosh.
Kill Simba.
Kill Simba.
Bring back his mane.
You want to eat today?
Make a jersey.
Go. We're gonna make a coat for
Yeah,
you.
you see.
You're gonna wear that coat for the rest of your life.
I mean, they would think we're such jerks, what we're saying.
Because
right
we
now.
are.
Yeah, it's like when you think of that, that's what it makes me think. Like it's like, man, we are so on another level. That's like, it's back to that thing of like, how do you end this? Please, whatever you do, if there's anything you can take from this conversation we've had,
self-control.
is like, stop watching, get alive,
Go do something
go
with
do
yours.
something with your life.
Wake up. Your life needs
Needs you.
you.
Yay!